The marathon, a full race of 42 kilometers and 195 meters of physical and effort challenges. Most people start running when they're in their 20s or their 30s. It's not something you can take for granted and you actually need to put the effort for it. Did I do all of that? I didn't, and I regret it. But somehow I still managed to run one.
18 October 2024, first day of documenting my running. Day 2 of running.
Day 5,
Day 6.
Day 8, 9, 12, 15, 19, 21, 38, 39, Day 60 of training for the Paris Marathon completed.
What you see right now on the screen is footage from my second marathon, which was a few weeks ago, where I finished under 4 hours. But what I will show you is my progress to my first one. Now, why did I start running? Honestly, I hate it. As a chubby kid, I hated it even more. I'd run 2 kilometers and then threw up everything. And mainly, it was 2 bags of chips because, to be honest, that was my breakfast. And I'm not even kidding. I only started to become athletic at 18, trying things like Muay Thai, volleyball, rock climbing, and so on. But running was never on my wish list. Then, in 2024, one of my friends that was running told me to sign up for a half marathon. Come on, it's easy, we're all going to do it, he said. For whatever reason, I agreed. So my training started. I started with a 5k in about 40 minutes, then managed to do a 10k in an hour and a half. Then step by step, after a couple months of training, I somehow managed to finish my first half marathon in under 2 hours. Still a crazy achievement, but something was missing. You see, when I was a kid, I kept seeing the word marathon without really knowing what it was. I thought it was something crazy people go for it, or something impossible. And yet, right after I finished my first half marathon, I decided to turn that word impossible into possible. So, I signed up for my first marathon in Paris. 42 kilometers and 195 meters of incredible views and one goal in mind: to finish it. And what better way to train for a marathon than document it? Okay, so I filmed this documentary and had all the clips I needed for it back in April, but I never edited it because I was lazy. Then, 2 months ago, back in August, I dropped my SSD while I was on my Dolomites trip and it never recovered. Luckily, I still have a couple of videos saved on my other SSD. But that moment made me realize something. My laziness had already stopped me from creating this documentary that you are seeing right now. And because I delayed it, karma came back and deleted all my footage from my marathon progress. So if it wasn't for that event, I probably wouldn't have posted this. Now, back to my training. My training started in November and I had a small issue: my knee.
Well, today we're doing 6k with Nikki. Bad news. My knee starts hurting again. That's really annoying. We stopped at 4k because my knee cannot.
Every time I went on a run, my knee hurted really bad. I couldn't even run 2-3 kilometers, let alone the marathon.
So I think I just finished day 2 of running because my knee popped.
But after a few months, the pain went away and I started finally to see some results.
Today I'm running at 10k in Bucharest, as usual.
Let's go. Coffee break.
Like sugar on my tongue, tongue, tongue. Your body is so sweet, sweet, sweet.
The training was consistent. I was running once, twice, even 3 times per week. I was trying to run even in the days where I didn't feel like it. I was actually putting the effort into it. I was balancing 3 lives back then: a content creator, a uni student, and apparently an athlete. Days were passing, the marathon came closer, and I finally saw some results. I signed up for a race in December called the Winter Race, and it was a 10k race. My goal for that race was to run 10 kilometers under 10 minutes, something that I never did before. I couldn't even run that pace of under 5 minutes per kilometer. So I started doing intervals, and I hated it.
I hate interval sessions. Here's the interval session. It's still raining. But yeah.
Never come intervals with him. Never. Okay,
Today we're
never.
doing intervals.
Believe me, listen to me, never.
We're doing an interval, 1.2 kilometers, really fast, then break, then 400, then repeat 3 times. I just get there. But yeah.
In February, I ran my first 10k race where I smashed my PB of 45 minutes. Still insane. Days were passing by, the marathon was coming closer, and just like that, I was packing my bags to go to Paris, to my first marathon.
Bonjour, we are in Paris.
The first day there in Paris, I went to do a shakeout run where I was supposed to run 6 kilometers but ended up doing 8 because I got lost along the way and I didn't have internet on my phone, and it was really hard to get back home.
Bad news, I got lost. Now I have to remember where I've been because I don't know the way back home.
I'm lost. I don't know where I am. So somehow magically I ended up home.
This is day 60 of training for the Paris Marathon. 3 days left. So yeah.
The next day I went to pick up my bibs and visited Paris.
Guess who just picked up their own bib? They even gave me a really nice vest. I'm trying to get as much free stuff as possible.
I actually did a video while I was there and it blew up on my Instagram, which is nice. This is one day before the Paris Marathon. Tomorrow it's the day. I got everything ready. Here's the number. I'm gonna go sleep now, so I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Now, the day of the marathon. I woke up early and excited. Outside of my place where I was staying in Paris, there were already runners doing the marathon, and seeing them just made me really pumped up. I ate my breakfast filled with carbs, put on my t-shirt that had my name on the back, got myself on the tube, and off I went to Champs-Élysées for the start line. We're on our way to Champs-Élysées.
Such a beautiful weather. We're trying to get to Champs-Élysées. It's busy.
I was nervous. I've never been this nervous in my life. On my way there, I got so lost.
Sorry, do you know where I can put my stuff? Where I can put my stuff?
Ah, mettre le sac.
Mettre.
Elles sont où les consignes? Ah, dans le sas. Into the sas.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I have a big issue. I don't know where to put our stuff. Do you know where we can put our stuff?
Seeing all these runners, over 50,000 runners, who came here on this day to do the marathon that they were training for months and months. And I was one of them.
So we found the stands where people leave their stuff. I'm feeling a little bit emotional. I'm starting to feel stressed right now. I can't believe that I'm running a marathon. Okay, I just took off my glasses and my jacket and we're going to leave our stuff. I think we're going to box 7. Yes, that's it. Let's get it.
I did a little bit of stretching and off I went to the start line. And I had to wait there, but at least the vibe was amazing.
Okay, my hair finally looks normal. We're on our way to the starting line right now. It's 9:48. I'm running in 20 minutes. Okay, so I got myself some juice. I'm going in the starting line. So excited. I can see the start line. It's on that side right there. Let me see if you can zoom in. Anyways, it's on the start line on that side. I'm running a fucking marathon. I can't believe it.
Doesn't matter what time at this point. I don't care if I finish over 4 hours, under 4 hours. I want to finish this and make myself proud that I finished the whole fucking marathon. Vamos! Priorities first, Strava.
Today, Paris is yours. But look around. You're not alone. Everyone here has a story. When fatigue sets in and you start doubting yourself, remember why you're here. Every step you take is an act of courage. Together, you will rise to this challenge.
I was in front of the starting line and resulting in one of the biggest mistakes that I did in the race.
Okay, right now I'm the first. I can say I'm the first.
I was looking at the person in front of me, just waiting to signal us that we can go. My heart was pounding really fast. I was next to a guy. I was telling him that it's really funny that we're in front of the line because we feel like we're some pro runners.
I feel like the pro runner now. Good luck.
I can hear the commentator say 3, 2, 1. And off I went. Now, why was being in front of the line a big mistake for me? Well, because the adrenaline was so high that the first kilometer I zoomed in and I did my first kilometers in 4 minutes and 58 seconds. Reminder, my aim for the 10k race was to do under 50. That pace. I did that pace in the marathon. What was in my mind? That was not the plan. I went too fast in the beginning. My aim was to do under 4 hours and that was a pace of 5:40 per kilometer. Way off. Woo! By kilometer 21 I was feeling really well.
Half marathon. Half more. 21 left. Let's go. I'm tired as fuck. I just did a PR in half marathon.
No sign of fatigue, my limitation was great, I had 8 gels on me and everything was going according to my plan, except the first kilometer of course. In my mind, I was like, I can actually do a 3:45. I saw a girl there and she was running pretty quick and I tried to follow her. After 5 kilometers, the girl that was following started zooming through it and then I realized something. She was storing her energy for the beginning part while I was hitting my PB in the first half. And then something happened. I hit the wall.
I hit the wall. Fuck's sake. I cannot run. Everything is dead in me.
Now, you might ask, what's the wall?
Okay, so in
Running, there's something called the wall. It's that thing that you hit when your legs cannot work anymore, when your mind doesn't want to run anymore, you just want to fucking stop. Where you say you hate this shit, and I just hit that. I'm at kilometer 37, and I don't want to do this shit anymore. I have 4 kilometers.
Basically, it's that point of a race where most runners encounter it at kilometer 30, where your legs, your mind, your whole body is giving up and is begging you to stop. It's one of the toughest parts of the marathon. That's why most people say the marathon actually starts at kilometer 30. It was awful. I was cramping, I was dizzy, and my whole body was begging me to stop. The second biggest mistake that I did in this race was to stop and go for a walk.
Frick.
Because I needed to go to the toilet, so I stayed in the queue, and I didn't even go to the toilet, I had to pee in a tree. So I started walking, and that made me just to lose it. At that point, my whole body was just destroyed.
4 kilometers left, and I don't want to do this shit anymore. I fucking hate this shit. People are puking all over left and right. This is fucking horrible. I cannot do this shit anymore.
My fucking headphone is connected. I cannot do this shit anymore. 3 kilometers left. I'm not even finishing under 4:15, bro. I underestimated this so much.
I tried to go to a tree and stretch a little bit, and I cramped up so hard that my calves went up, and it was awful. I of course didn't stop. My whole goal for this marathon was to finish it, or even do a sub 4-hour marathon. That moment I felt one of the worst pains of my life.
Det är fucking smutsigt.
1 whole hour of torture. That I paid for it. I paid 200 fucking euro for my own torture. What the fuck?
Son of a bitch.
I managed to push through it. I wasn't running with my legs, I was running with my heart at that point.
Fuck it. I'm finishing this shit. 2 more. 2 fucking more.
All I had on my mind was all those months of training, of effort, of sweat, and of running. And also the most important thing that I had on my mind that kept me pushing through it was to prove that chubby kid that I was that he can do it. That he can make something that he thought it was impossible and make it possible. That he can finish a marathon. That he can run 42 kilometers. I was using every ounce of energy left in me.
I'm finishing this shit. I'm doing a marathon. I see the finish line.
I even asked the guy to slap me on the back for a boost. At one point, I almost fainted as well. 30 kilometers passed, 35, then 40, 41, and then 42.
You can see end of the line.
Then I had 200 meters left. Seeing the finish line was something I couldn't even express. It was pure joy that was feeling in that moment. I zoomed through it, and just like that, I did a marathon. Tears were coming off, and I didn't realize what was going on. I didn't realize what I just did. When I got this medal, I realized something. This little kid just did a marathon. That's all I had on my mind.
Sub 4:30 at least. So happy.
Even though I didn't finish in the time that I wanted, I still finished, and that's what it matters. That months of training, of effort, of sweat, and everything paid off.
Yeah. I finished the marathon. Who would have guessed? A little fat kid finished the marathon.
So that's the story of how I ran my first marathon, and that's just the beginning of it.